Hey, what is up, VC? Saturday night, how we doing? Sitting here drinking some wine out of my, you can see that, my Sunday night Vinyl Confessions wine glass. Having some box wine, Franzia White Zinfandel. I'm slumming it tonight. Just hanging out, listening to music. Just kind of chilling, watching videos on YouTube, watching all you guys out there in the VC. And then I ran across, just trying to catch up, you know, and then I run across Mark Morris out there, his latest video, and he was doing a thread about women artist edition thread, and he got that from somebody named Kyle, who I was unaware of. So I watched Mark's thread, and I jumped over to Kyle's. Kyle, his channel's called Pleasure Den of the Absurd, and I watched his start of this thread he did about 3 weeks ago. He's calling it DEI Woman Artist Edition. And what he wants to see is women artists. Not like Blondie doesn't count because she's a female leading a band full of dudes or whatever. So he wants all women bands or women solo artists and that type of thing. So like the Pretenders don't count. And Blondie doesn't count, and you know, Big Brother and the Holding Company doesn't count. But if you got Janis Joplin solo, that would count. So I decided I'd just jump on it. I ain't doing shit else tonight, right? So I don't know if you can see over my shoulder right here. There's a big empty spot right there. That's where all I rotate the records that kind of go on that slot right there. And what's been up there for the last month or so is a bunch of women artists, so I pulled them down and just went for it. He wants to see 10, so here we go. Number 1, Girls' School, Demolition. Man, this is a killer record. Japanese press. There's the back cover right there. There's Girls' School right there. If you're unaware of Girls' School, they are a great late 70s, early 80s hard rock band. They were friends with Motorhead. I have this and another one, and I also have like a picture disc called Motor School with them and Lemmy on it at the same time. But this is just killer stuff, man. These girls were something else at the time. So all female group. There you go. So they would fit the thread right there. Girls' School, Demolition, highly recommend. I'd never really listened to these ladies until this is another one. Japanese press, it's another one of the dumpster finds. So, you know, there you go. Speaking of dumpster finds, here's another one. And I've shown this before too, but Rock Goddess, Hell Hath No Fury. Same thing, just, let's see, this comes out in 1983. There they are in the back, all 3 women. This is a fucking killer record. Just good, great hard rock, you know, kind of verging on the metal type of sound. Just really good stuff. Really a great band altogether. They weren't around, I mean, they're still around now. They've reformed, but they weren't around that long. But this is some good stuff. And I've been looking for some of their other albums, but a little pricey for my taste at this point in time. But you know, and this is, like I said, this was another one that just fell into my lap. So this is a great record right here. Rock Goddess, Hell Hath No Fury. All right, the band that kind of gets credit for starting it all, even though they really probably didn't. Runaways, Queens of Noise. What can you say about the Runaways? I mean, it gave us Joan Jett and Lita Ford. Just cool, great hard rock music from the mid to late 70s. Let's see, what year is this here? See if I can find out there. Let me pull that out. There's the back cover, pretty much the same as the front. 1977. There's the inner sleeve on that. There we go. Let's see, there's Lita right there. Look how young Lita was. Jones over here. 1977, they were essentially just teenagers when they did this. This is great stuff too. Just cool, late 70s, mid to late 70s rock and roll. Kind of heavier, you know, but just great stuff right there. I found that at a record store a couple years ago. I bought a whole bunch of it. So, all right. Now we're going to jump ahead a little bit into the 80s. I'm going to go with the Bangles. Different Light. What can you say about the Bangles, man? Just great stuff. Just cool music, kind of that 80s poppy sound, you know. We all know Walk Like an Egyptian and stuff like that. Susanna Hoffs, everybody's heartthrob back in the day. There's the back cover of that. Columbia Records. Inner sleeves just got lyrics and stuff on it, but you know, let's face it, I bought this because of Walk Like an Egyptian. And Manic Monday's on here too. That's the reason I bought it. But this is cool 1980s pop music. Just good stuff. They were a very talented band. And you know, this album came out in 1985. I would have been 16 years old. What 16-year-old boy in 1985 wasn't in love with Susanna Hoffs, right? So, you know, that's part of it too. You know, buying the records because of nostalgia purposes and remembering this stuff back from when I was a teenager. But part of it is also because Susanna was so good looking and we were all in love with her at the same time. And it's the same thing with this band right here, Go-Go's. Jane Wyland. I'm sorry, man. Everybody talks about Belinda Carlisle. It's all about Jane Wyland. This is Beauty and the Beat. This is a great record right here. I really like the Go-Go's. I didn't realize it at the time. We got the Beat on it, which was their big hit, and Our Lips Are Sealed. But you know, back, let's see, what year was this? 1981, it looks like. I remember hearing this, you know, this was like pop music, but if you really listen to the Go-Go's, you can definitely hear some punk influence to it, you know, some of that type of sound to it, but, you know, so, you know, there we go. There she is right there. There's the woman right there. So, yeah, Go-Go's, Beauty and the Beat. I also own, you know, Vacation and Talk Show and stuff, you know. I ended up buying all their early stuff. I really do like listening to this when I'm in the mood. Next up, Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual. This was her breakout album. I think this was her debut album. I'm not sure what year this came out. Let me take a look here. There's her shoes on the back. 1983. Yeah, this has got Girls Just Want to Have Fun and Time After Time and She Bop on it. I mean, this album was a hit. All those songs had videos. We saw her all over MTV. Cyndi Lauper was cool. She was weird. She was funky. You know, she was kind of cute and hot in a weird way, you know, but I do like this record, and this is the only Cyndi Lauper record I have. I've thought about buying some other stuff, but this one's just, it's got those big hits on there, and this is just really cool stuff when I'm in the mood for that style of music. Same thing when it comes to these women right here. A nice Bananarama, basically 3 women who sing. They're not really playing instruments or anything. It's mostly kind of an electronic dance beat sound. But this is a cool album too. This is True Confessions. There's the back cover right there. And this album came out in 1986. Let's see. This is the one that's got Venus on it, which of course isn't their song. There's the inner sleeve right there. I know it hasn't been that long since I showed this on this channel because I just picked this up, I don't know, maybe less than 6 months ago. But yeah, it's fun. It's just, you know, that mid to late 80s pop music. But, you know, very talented vocally and so on. All right, we're gonna go right here. Madonna. This is the self-titled debut. I think it's the debut, but this is her self-titled record. This has got Holiday and stuff like that on it. Let's see here. Let me pull this out and see what year this album came out on. And look, I am totally unprepared. 1983. So this has Lucky Star, Borderline, and Holiday were the big hits on here. There's the back cover right there. Inner sleeve also has this and lyrics on the back. And let's face it, Madonna, same thing. What year did I say that was? 1983. I would have been 14 years old. Somebody who looks like this, come on, you know. But great music. You can't deny Madonna's talent. Great songwriter. Well, she didn't really write a ton of her own songs. She wrote some of her songs, but, you know, just a great artist. She was very involved. She didn't just take the music they handed her and just decide to record or whatever she was told to do. And I'm trying to think who helped write her music and record a lot of it. Famous guy, name escapes me. Doesn't really matter. But there you go. Madonna. More women artist edition. And then I'm going to go back. I know I've only shown her once. Lita Ford, Dancing on the Edge. Gotta love Lita. I was an 80s metal guy. Gotta Let Go, Dancing on the Edge, Dressed to Kill. There's the back cover. And I know she's the leader of a band of a bunch of dudes, but she's still a solo artist. There is that. There is Lita. I saw Lita about 6 years ago. I went to a concert for my 50th birthday. I'm now 56 and a couple of months old. I saw Lita back, you know, on my 50th birthday, and she still was kicking ass. 6 years ago, she was still just killing it out there. So I saw her open for Dawn Dawkins, and I'm glad Lita was there because she saved the day. She was a much better performer, and she could still play like crazy. And out of the Runaways, she became the 80s hard rock metal type icon, where Joan Jett was more, she was a hard rock thing, but a little bit earlier. But Lita really kind of hit us, and those of us who were into the 80s metal type of music. So, and finally, I'm going to go right to the band. One of my favorite new metal artists, Kitty Spit. This is a killer record. I know I've talked about this a whole bunch of times. 4 girls. They were about 17 years old when they put this album out. Let's see here. I'm not sure exactly what. The 2000 came out in 2000. This is a killer record. If you like that industrial, hard and heavy, new metal type sound, it's not. I guess they kind of fit in the new metal category. A lot of people put them in there, but they're more of a heavy industrial sound. Very cool stuff. Very aggressive. Just 4 chicks who play kick-ass metal. So, Kitty Spit. So, that was it. Like I said, go check out Kyle at Pleasure Den of the Absurd, or go check out Mark Morris. I'm going to go ahead and link Kyle's original thread down below, since he started this. Like I said, he did this about 3 weeks ago or so. And like I said, it's a Saturday night. I'm just chilling out here listening to music. Thought I'd talk to you guys. I was watching you guys. Just thought I'd jump on it real quick. So thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Thanks to Steve for the glass I can drink my wine out of. All right, guys. Thank you much for putting up with me twice in one weekend. Thanks for watching and all that fun shit, and I will talk to you all later, man. Have a good one.